Products that Blue Cold manufacture. In our earlier video, we saw what are the components required to construct a cold room. Now we are going to see what are the products Blue Cold manufactures for a cold room. 1. Refrigeration systems. Also known as outdoor units, we manufacture high-efficiency refrigeration systems for all capacity of cooling loads capable to deliver performance in harsh atmospheric conditions. Let us see some key features of our refrigeration systems. All the components are mounted on a pre-designed base frame for every individual model. We use CNC bent pipes in our outdoor units to reduce the risk of leakages in the bending portion with silver brazing, which is brazed under an inert nitrogen atmosphere at the joints. Vibration eliminators on the pipes, which have the maximum impact of vibration during the operation of the system. Powder-coated air-cooled condenser to give a long-lasting performance. Now we are going to see what are the standard scope of supply in our condensing units. Suction accumulator. This is the vessel where the refrigerant is charged at the time of commissioning and connected to the suction line, which is coming from the heat exchanger to recirculate the refrigerant in the system. Refrigerant compressor with ester oil charged. It is the heart of a refrigeration system. It compresses the refrigerant and sends it to the condenser for condensation. Oil separator. It is installed in between the compressor and condenser. Its main function is to separate the refrigerant and oil, which came from the compressor, and send only compressed refrigerant to the condenser and oil back to the compressor. Condenser. The temperature of the refrigerant goes high when it gets compressed. A condenser brings down its temperature with the help of air or water. Liquid receiver. This vessel contains refrigerant coming from the condenser and ensures to pass only liquid from the refrigerant to the heat exchanger. Filter dryer. It filters the dirt or other particles present in refrigerant traveling in the system. Solenoid valve. It is an on-off valve to manage the pressure in the system and heat exchanger. Also, it can be used to block the flow of refrigerant at the time of servicing of the system to avoid refrigerant loss. Sight glass. It is to check the flow of refrigerant in liquid form from the system to the heat exchanger. HP or LP switch. It helps to sense the pressure level in the compressor. We believe that every application and geographical location has different requirements. Therefore, we can also give a range of options with customized requirements like high ambient air-cooled condenser, seawater cooled condensers, canopy, hot gas connection, helical oil separator, suction accumulator with heat exchanger, and NRV. Our units are majorly categorized in the below-mentioned types. Air-cooled condensing unit with Bitzer compressor. It condenses the refrigerant coming out from the compressor with the help of fin and tube-type air-cooled condensers. Air-cooled condensing unit with Emerson compressor. It has Emerson's scroll compressor, ideal to use in small capacity cold rooms. Water-cooled condensing unit. It condenses the refrigerant with the help of shell and tube-type water-cooled condensers. Rack refrigeration system. It has multiple compressors installed in one unit and is suitable for large cold storage or multi-chamber cold warehousing facilities. Screw refrigeration system. These units have the advantage of space saving, low maintenance, and reduce energy consumption as well. Condensing units with canopy. This is the optional feature that Blue Cold provides in its refrigeration system. The outdoor units are usually installed in open atmospheric conditions, so the canopy helps to protect the unit from various factors like dust, heat, etc. 2. Heat exchangers. Blue Cold manufactures heat exchangers for two different refrigerant technologies. Freon, suitable for small and low-capacity cold rooms. Ammonia, suitable for large and high storage capacity, usually above 2,500 metric ton cold storage or high-capacity blast freezers and chillers. Let us see some key features of our heat exchangers. Aluminium or GI powder-coated body to give rust-free life to units. Small circuitry for low pressure drops. Rippled fin edges to bring turbulence airflow. Fully collared fins for efficient cooling. Double drip tray for low condensation to minimize air leakage. Sine wave fins for efficient heat transfer. Collared fan outlet for high air throw. Fan options from 300 mm diameter to 800 mm diameter depending on the room size, temperature and cooling capacity. Fin spacing from 4 mm to 10 mm to reduce frosting issues. Bigger surface area and tube volume for better cooling. Bullet expansion on copper tubes in Freon heat exchangers for optimized cooling capacity. Orbital welding on SS tubes in ammonia heat exchangers to reduce chances of leakages under high pressure. Hydro expansion on SS tubes for ammonia evaporator. Every coil should pass pressure test before final assembly. Typically, in our standard scope of supply, we offer axial fans, defrosting system with the options of electric, water and hot gas in case of negative temperature room, and expansion valves on demand. We are also capable to make our units available with customized requirements like electric and water combo defrosting system, SS casing, tube axial fans to increase airflow in the room, streamers to increase airthrow in the room, flame-proof fans to avoid damage to units from fire. Now let's look at the different kinds of heat exchangers we manufacture. Cubicle evaporators. It's a regular cold room evaporator that is responsible to deliver the required temperature and airthrow inside the chamber. Blast freezer and blast chiller. A blast unit has the following objectives: deliver high volume of airflow at high air pressure with high velocity at very low temperatures, sometimes at -45 degrees Celsius. Now let's look at important characteristics of our blast units. High air pressure. Our units can throw air at more than 100 ESP or external static pressure. If the air pressure is less than 100 ESP, then the cold air will not penetrate the product and the core or inside part of the product will not freeze completely and the quality of the food will deteriorate quickly. High air velocity. The higher the air velocity, the better the heat exchange between the cold air and food product. We maintain air velocity of about 5 meters per second to 6 meters per second to ensure that the heat exchange from the cold air to the food product is turbulent and fast. Multiple shape and size options. Depending on the size and shape of the room, you should decide which type is more suitable for you from the below options: ceiling mounted units, floor mounted units, angular shaped ceiling mounted units, V-type floor mounted units. Fin spacing. Our blast units have a minimum of 8 to 10 mm fin spacing to ensure that the frost formation between the fins during the blast freezing process does not choke or block the airflow. Square fin geometry. There is two main types of fin geometry: the triangle type and square type fin geometry. The square fin geometry is most suitable for the blast freezer and enables high airflow and less air pressure drop. So always ensure that the square type fin geometry is used in your blast freezer. Slimline dual discharge. It is a low air duct cooling unit that can throw air from both sides of its coil. It is suitable for ante rooms, cold room for dairy products and flowers. Down throw evaporator. It is suitable for chill cold storage, having an air throw pattern towards the downward of the unit. Angular type evaporator. It is designed in such a way that the flow of air should go directly to the product. Evaporator with chilled water and glycol. These evaporators are ideally suited for products requiring high humidity and low water loss during storage. These evaporators are designed to operate by cooling air with glycol or water to maintain high humidity and stable room temperatures for food preservation. 3. Air-cooled condensers. We offer a high cooling capacity, fin and tube type air-cooled condensers in Freon and ammonia technology with following types: vertical type condensers, bed type condensers, V-shaped condensers. 4. Monoblock system. It is a plug-and-play unit that is easy to install with maximum versatility. These units are suitable in small cold room facilities and can be designed for room temperature from 15 degrees Celsius to -20 degrees Celsius. 5. Industrial chiller system. A chiller system with screw compressor suitable for process chillers and air conditioning units. 6. Evaporative condenser. Ammonia-based evaporative condenser is the ideal solution for space-saving and cost-effective performance for bigger cold storage. 7. Control panel. Electrical control panel suitable for Freon units to control and manage the performance of a cold room. The panels are manufactured to European standards and are CE certified. We hope that now you understand the products we manufacture and their features. We will discuss some more technical aspects in our next videos.